Organizational barriers waste time and money. Hey everyone, this is Ray Stendall, publisher of Customer Engagement Magazine and the author of the Customer Engagement Manifesto. I hope you have come across both of these publications. There's a lot of great information contained in them, and I think it can really help you out a lot. But in this video, this is what we're here to talk about today. In this video, you're going to discover what you need to have alignment to ensure cross-functional communication actually takes place. Because in this video, what we're doing is we're breaking down the principles that Deming talked about in his famous book. And this one is about breaking down barriers between departments and individuals. So let's begin with a quote from Mr. Deming. Hard work and best efforts will not by themselves dig us out of the pit. You see, you can have a whole bunch of individuals in different groups working really hard, doing what it is that they do. But if they're not communicating and connecting like a team, you have a whole bunch of these stovepipes and no real interaction. How can the customer be taken care of effectively? That's my question. So let's take a look at Deming's main point on this principle. The key here is teamwork, cross-functional teamwork, so that the whole job can be done the first time, every time, and done correctly. Now, I know that sounds pretty reasonable. I mean, after all, when was the last time you heard that teamwork is bad? But it kind of makes you wonder, why are many organizations still so stovepipey and not willing to effectively communicate and listen and work together? Just makes me wonder in this day and age. And I have my own thoughts on that. I think a lot of that has to do with internal politics and bureaucracy and so on and so forth. But let's take a look at this subject now from a customer engagement standpoint. So from a customer engagement standpoint, we need to make sure that we're really clear as an organization on what the outcomes are that we want for our customer. At the end of the day, they're the ones that judge if we accomplished the goal, met expectations, or didn't meet expectations. So step number one is, let's understand the goal and the outcomes from the customer standpoint. We need to make sure that we have clear roles and clear task assignments per role. Many times we have organizations where the role is not very well defined, the tasks are not very well defined, and there's a whole lot of ambiguity as it relates to the interfaces between the different departments in order to get work done. Different systems, different processes, different people, of course, different personalities, different agendas. But really, as far as what we can directly impact is making sure everybody knows what it is that they are hired to do and what the best practices are to do it, what the systems and processes are. And then also, what are the integration points in terms of making sure we have integration between the different department groups? What are the inputs and outputs of the different departments? How are all of these deliverables organized? In my days as a software product manager, one of the things that we did a pretty good job of is having regular cross-functional meetings where the product manager, in this case me, would talk to each person in the conference room and make sure that we were on target with what it is that we needed to do for that week's deliverables. I want to recommend that you increase the amount of conversations that take place, increase that frequency of short, highly effective cross-functional meetings, and take copious notes. Taking notes is vital. It's critical. The person who takes the effective meeting minutes is the one which is going to have the biggest impact, especially if you are the meeting organizer, for the outcomes that take place after the meeting. It's after all the agreements have been made. I want to suggest to you that you build a self-reliant, action-oriented culture that is really focused on identifying and solving problems. I know we've been saying this over and over again, but it's important that you realize this, because if you don't do that, you're going to waste a whole lot of money, time, and energy as things go up and down the corporate ladder between this group and that group. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to go home at night. You're going to pull out your hair. You're going to say, why am I working for this organization when I can't get simple things done because people are not interacting in an engaged manner, like an orchestra, finely tuned, connected together. So what is the call to action? If you are somebody who is building a company, I really want you to take into consideration what I've shared with you here to make sure that when you bring your team together, you do so in a very effective way, and that you have the systems in place to keep track of the tasks that individuals are doing, that you have the ability to collaborate against each of those tasks. There's many collaboration tools on the market, and that's going to be very important for you to keep the conversation alive outside of the meeting, where different teammates can collaborate on various issues. One tool that you might want to check out is Redbooth. It's a tool that is great for small, medium-sized businesses. But there's other collaboration tools that are out there. So what are you going to do to encourage communication and collaboration across your teams? That's my first question. What systems, processes, checks and balances do you have to make sure this stovepipe mentality does not set in? And really, this is a great opportunity for a customer experience manager in the organization to cut across these stovepipes and be the advocate for the customer, to make sure the customer is taken care of. That's really the main reason why customer engagement managers are put in place, is to cut across these stovepipes. So I hope you found this video motivating and interesting, instructive, and is helping you get to where you want to be. There's a lot of great content that we've covered so far. We're not over yet. I want to encourage you to stick with us. We still have a few more principles to go through. I know this is a lot of content. It's kind of like drinking from the fire hose, but I just have so much to share, and I've been studying Deming for the last few weeks so that I could produce these videos for you. So I hope you're getting a lot out of them. And if you are, please help us out. We need to get this message out there to as many companies as we can. Please comment and share. We need to change the way we do things if we're going to take the economy back and make it much more productive than it has been, at least up until recently. So in the next video, what we're going to do is go over the 10th principle that Deming talked about in his great book, and talk about eliminating the use of slogans, posters, and exhortations. You're going to love this video, so stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Ray Stendall signing off.